Fraction Intelligence. Welcome to the show. Fraction Intelligence. Minds about to blow. Fraction Intelligence. Where the questions flow. Fraction Intelligence. Now it's time to grow.
Fraction Intelligence. Welcome to the unknown.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty mind-bending.
We are indeed. We're looking into Gregory Betti's book, The General Theory of Symbolic Execution. Big title.
Huge title. A framework for infinity in finite machines. And that's our goal today, right? To unpack this idea of recursive symbolic execution, or RSE.
Exactly. How can finite systems, like our computers, possibly simulate infinite logical depth? It's framed as a real paradigm shift.
Okay, so let's get into it. What is RSE at its heart?
Well, the core idea is achieving this infinite depth using finite means. It's not about having infinite memory or anything.
Right, not infinite hardware.
No, not at all. It's about symbolic representations that recursively reference themselves.
Recursively. So they call back to themselves somehow.
Precisely. Betti calls them computational fractals. Think about how a simple rule in a fractal can generate infinite visual complexity.
Okay, I think I get that. Like the Mandelbrot set. Finite equation, infinite detail.
Exactly like that. RSE aims to do something similar, but for computation, for logic itself. Seemingly endless complexity from, well, finite rules.
That's already pretty wild. But where did this idea even come from? It sounds very computer science-y.
You'd think so, but surprisingly, its roots are cosmological.
Cosmological, like space.
Yeah, exactly. Betti was inspired by the flat loop universe theory, or FLU.
Okay, flat loop universe, what's the gist?
The theory suggests our universe might have a toroidal topology.
Toroidal, like a donut.
You got it. Finite in size, but unbounded. If you travel far enough in one direction, you loop back to where you started.
So finite, but kind of infinite in its looping nature.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that insight that the universe itself might work this way provided the conceptual basis for RSE. If the cosmos can do it, maybe computation can too.
Okay, that's a leap. Is there any actual evidence for this flat loop universe idea? Sounds pretty out there.
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. There's the LoopScan project. They analyzed cosmic microwave background data, the CMB, the echo of the Big Bang.
All right, the CMB. Standard stuff in cosmology.
Standard stuff, but they were looking for something specific. Patterns. Echoes. And they found them. Cosmic echo patterns.
Echoes. What does that mean?
It means they found correlations in temperature fluctuations at specific angles, suggesting we might be seeing the same regions of space multiple times from different directions because space is looping back.
Get out. Seriously.
Seriously, they found over 2,600 significant correlations and 333 really strong ones clustered at 90, 180, and 270 degrees.
And that points to a donut shape.
It's strong evidence consistent with a finite toroidal universe. The statistical significance was incredibly high, p-tie less than 10 to the minus 6.
Wow. So less than 1 in a million chance it's random noise.
Pretty much. It challenges the standard infinite flat universe model quite significantly.
Okay, my mind is slightly blown by the cosmology. But let's bring it back to RSE. If this looping, finite yet infinite idea is the foundation, what can you do with it? What are the applications?
Well, that's where Betti's work really branches out. Take data compression. There's the fracture compression system.
Fracture, like fracture.
Exactly. It uses these recursive symbolic patterns to achieve really high compression ratios. They claim things like 95% for text data.
95%? That's huge.
Yeah.
And perfectly reconstructible.
That's the goal, yeah. Perfect reconstruction by collapsing data into these tiny symbolic seeds that can regenerate the original, like storing the fractal role instead of every pixel.
Okay, that's one. What else?
Then there's cryptography. Entropic. It's a totally different approach based on symbolic entropy.
Symbolic entropy. How does that work?
It leverages the sort of inherent pseudo-randomness within the self-referencing symbolic structures themselves. The claim is information theoretic security.
Meaning mathematically unbreakable, even by quantum computers.
That's the promise. Quantum resistant because it's not based on the usual mathematical problems quantum computers are good at breaking.
Okay, compression crypto. What about AI? That seems like a natural fit.
Absolutely. RSE is proposed as a way to give AI infinite knowledge depth.
Infinite knowledge depth.
Yeah.
What does that even mean for an AI?
It means the AI, like this concept called Larity AGI, wouldn't just learn from a static data set. It could recursively generate deeper insights, connections, understanding from the knowledge it already has, emergent understanding.
So it could potentially go beyond its training data in a fundamental way.
That's the idea. Not just interpolation, but actual extrapolation, maybe even creativity emerging from these recursive processes.
And you mentioned other things, briefly.
Yeah, concepts like Betti OS, a whole operating system built on symbolic principles, and even symbolic blockchain, rethinking distributed ledgers. It's a whole ecosystem of ideas.
Okay, so this RSE concept, stemming from a donut-shaped universe theory, could potentially revolutionize data, security, AI, operating systems.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So let's tie it all together. What's the ultimate implication here? The biggest picture?
Well, the most audacious claim connects RSE right back to fundamental physics. Betti suggests that physical reality itself might be a recursive symbolic execution system.
Wait, reality is software running on some cosmic computer.
Sort of, yeah. Or maybe more accurately, the rules are symbolic, and physical laws, particles, forces, they all emerge from the execution of these symbolic rules.
So physical laws aren't fundamental, they're emergent properties.
Exactly. And even time. Maybe time isn't this external thing flowing, but it emerges from the steps, the recursion within the system itself.
That changes everything. The idea that reality isn't fundamentally particles and forces, but information, symbols, patterns.
It's a profound shift in perspective. RSE becomes this potential unified framework connecting computation, cosmology, information theory, maybe even consciousness down the line.
Yeah.
It's about seeing the power of recursion to break through apparent limits.
A unified framework from fractals and donuts. Wow. Okay, so that leaves us and you with a really big thought to chew on. If our universe, if reality itself is fundamentally computational, running on these recursive symbolic rules, what does that truly mean for us? For our understanding of everything? And could these computational fractals, these infinite patterns born from finite rules, be hidden in plain sight all around us?